Welcome to the Gothic Bohemian Salon. This is Julifer. Well, tonight I have just returned from seeing Hooray, Dita Von Teese's final show in the United States at the Fillmore in San Francisco, California. I wanted to just do a quick video about the show and tell you a little bit about what I wore and that kind of thing. So the show is a burlesque review, I would say, with several different performers, including Dita herself, and an MC. The MC's name is Murray Hill. Murray Hill is a drag king, in other words, a woman who dresses in a masculine fashion, and she is an extremely witty and irreverent, humorous kind of guy. I should say he, pardon me. He's the perfect MC for this show. So the show opens with Murray Hill and him introducing Dita, and her first number is the classic martini glass number. The curtain opens and she's standing in this beautiful tailored tuxedo suit, which is gorgeously tailored to her body, absolutely impeccably fitted, really beautiful, with top hat and tails, the whole 9 yards. And she proceeds to strip from this sort of masculine outfit into an extremely feminine, beautiful, all-in-one corset that is the kind of corset that has a bottom to it, so it's like a one-piece bathing suit kind of a thing, but it's a corset. It's gorgeous. Mr. Pearl made it, I believe, and it's extremely difficult to get in and out of these corsets. So I guess that was something that Dita kind of grappled with when she did her show at the Crazy Horse, was getting in and out of this corset. And she even had a big pair of scissors backstage just in case she had to be cut out of her laces. But every time she manages to get out of the corset, and it works out. So she does the song "A Man What Takes His Time." It's a Mae West song. She recorded it and she lip syncs to it, I believe. And she ends up in a gigantic martini glass, her signature show. cavorting and playing in the water. It's really beautiful, really gorgeous. So that's the first act, and then I'm going to refer to my program for the other acts. Then we've got Miss Dirty Martini, who was a big audience favorite. She's a tassel twirler of the highest caliber, a more generously proportioned woman, really gorgeous, with blonde hair, just kind of a completely different thing to Dita. Really interesting to see the variety that Dita has in her show. And she does a beautiful act, a striptease act, and does a lot of really interesting twirling with the tassels, so that's pretty great. Then we have Catherine Delish, who's one of Dita's closest friends, and I think works on her costumes with her, designing and embellishing them with her. And she does striptease and ends up on a gigantic spider web that she uses as her background to show off her body and do what she does. And then we had let's see, Pearl Noir, who is kind of like the reincarnation of Josephine Baker, and she does a beautiful striptease and ends up with the famous wreath of bananas around her waist that she does a dance with, and she's quite amazing. And after that, one of the stars of the Crazy Horse in Paris, Lauda, does a very beautiful act using a couch shaped like a pair of lips as her backdrop. She's just gorgeous. And then we had Monsieur Romeo, who's the guy in the show, and he does a really subtle striptease, doesn't strip all the way, ends up, I think, without a shirt, but no, he actually ended up taking his pants off too. Sorry. But he kept his hat and his cigarette on or in, so that was quite something. Dita has 4 acts in the show: the Martini Glass, the Rhinestone Cowgirl, the Bird of Paradise, and the Opium Den, and they're all just beautiful acts. I saw this show last year and talked about it, and I do feel differently about parts of the show than I did at the time last year. I have come to appreciate Murray Hill, for example. I didn't really like him so much before, but I think I was really into seeing Dita, and I think I just didn't have a lot of patience for the other acts in the show, and that's my problem, and I've gotten over that. So the show's great. It's got a great pace to it, and the acts are all really interesting and unique and beautiful in each individual way, and the Bird of Paradise has Dita coming out in a cage, and she actually ends up being showered with water in that act. And before that, she was the Rhinestone Cowgirl, which she comes out in this incredible cowgirl costume that is just studded with Swarovski crystals, just packed. I mean, that thing must weigh a ton, honestly. She's got guns, and they have Swarovski crystals. Her boots have Swarovski crystals, the corset, the top, the pants, the chaps, everything. She's got a little hat, you know, the whole 9 yards. And then she rides a mechanical bull that has like a quilted or studded velvet cover with Swarovski crystal encrusted horns, and she ends up riding the bull, and that's quite something. My favorite act, though, has to be the Opium Den, and this is just gorgeous. I guess she's come under fire a little bit for the Opium Den, I heard. Some people feel it's a stereotype. It's quite a beautiful act. There's an actual physical Opium Den set that is on the stage with her, and at the end all these red like poppy petals fall from the ceiling, and I actually grabbed a bunch of the petals. I'm gonna probably decoupage something with all these petals that I've collected and pictures of Dita or something. I don't know. In any case, you know, I saw the show last year, and I really was excited about seeing it again. I'm really glad that I went. There was a package where if you paid $175, you could go backstage and meet Dita. I didn't do that. I thought it was a little excessive for my budget anyway. Yeah. She's going to be making an appearance at Bloomingdale's tomorrow, so I'm going to go to that instead. But it was fun to get really dressed up and go, and we had a little pre-party. We made Cointreau and Lambrusca sort of cocktails, and had a really great time. My friend Elizabeth made risotto, and yeah, it was really fun. And we ended up getting a cab to the venue, which was great. I didn't know that you could get handicapped accessible cabs in the city, so that was great to find out. Met my friend Max there, and ran into Jeffrey Jenkins, another friend, and I guess Autumn was there from Dark Garden, though I didn't get to see her. I saw her partner Daniel. He came down to say hello, which was nice. But all in all, it was a lovely evening, and the act was just as great as it was the last time. I think Max was blown away. We had a really good time, and I highly recommend the show. If you can go to see it, even if it's sold out in your area, check the day of and see if they're releasing more tickets, because they did that here. They released more tickets at the last minute, so it's a good idea to check, even if it says that there are no tickets, to check at the venue. So anyway, that was Strip Hooray. I hope this has been interesting and informative for you. I had a great time, like I said, dressing up and doing my hair and everything, and I'm really excited about going to Bloomingdale's tomorrow. That should be fun. I got to wear my new John Fluvog shoes, which was exciting, and yeah, I had a really good time. So thank you so much for joining me in the Gothic Bohemian Salon. Go see Dita if you can, and if not, there's plenty of videos of her on YouTube. I have a playlist that's all Dita videos, all my favorite ones. all my favorite interviews and parts of shows and things like that. And it's a good place to start, is my playlist for Dita related videos. So have fun with that. Thank you so much, and remember, embrace the darkness.